Hello, everybody. My name's Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Microsoft Business Applications MVP. And today on Partner Talks, we have another Canadian Microsoft MVP, Malcolm McCauley. Malcolm, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I should have brought my Canadian flag. I never even thought that would have been great to wait. So, yes, hello, Rick. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm excited to be here. My name is Malcolm McCauley. I'm a practice lead at C5 Insight. And so I take care of and support our teams for the Dynamics 365 CE and CRM. We don't do any of the ERP stuff. And then also our Microsoft 365 practice. And so I've been a long-time supporter of community events. Much thanks to you and you roping me in. I mean, supporting me through the process
Yes.
many years ago. So yeah, excited to be here.
And we're here today because we had a big event earlier this week. This will be published next week, but we had this big event. We had the Canadian National Meetup, and it's the first time that we got together in a live event since pre-COVID. So what did you think about the event, Malcolm? How did we do?
There's nothing like coming together, right? It's being in person. We do a lot of virtual stuff on our user group stuff, and it was really nice to get back together and do the in-person event, which just is a totally different feeling and vibe and all of that. So I thought it went really well. We had like 150 people, give or take. I think a little bit more than that at one point. And for a free event, people held on for a good chunk of the day. I didn't notice things starting to drop until close to 4 o'clock, that's impressive to me. So I think everybody just took a lot from the event, got a lot of good ideas, and just that you come together and feel re-energized in terms of why we do what we do and what are we doing this for and what are some ideas and why am I struggling, all the good things. So I thought it was a huge success and look forward to doing another one.
And, we've been really keeping the user community alive on the CRM CE side in Canada, doing our national calls once a month. We've been doing it for the last couple of years, but we've never gotten together. And we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. So we work with the Doug organization, Dynamics User Group, and we're on their Meetup platform. So we said, or they said to us, let's do a live event, and we did it. And I was expecting, we might get 50, 60 people, but we joined up with the Power Platform group. We joined up with the BC group, and we had over 250 people actually sign up, which was very, very impressive, even though our capacity at this hotel was a lot less. So I think, people really want to get back together. And with the energy we had this week, you could see absolutely they want to get back together.
Yeah, like I said, it's a whole different vibe. I think it brings the level of interaction. I mean, everyone knows virtual's virtual. It's not the same. And so when you can sit down or share a coffee or water or whatever with somebody else and share ideas and hear other people asking questions in the room and just there's just something different about being in person. So I think super successful and would love to see us amp up our efforts. I mean, I'm not going into Toronto. For the record, the biggest learning I took is I'm never driving into Toronto again. I don't know why I do it to myself. I hate it. So taking the train next time, but be happy to go back.
So what I found really interesting too was, we're getting together and we're all hearing a lot of AI stories, right? So us being in the channel, we talk about AI all the time, but when the customers come in, they have a different perception. They have a lot of questions that are very basic. And I think that was very helpful, not only having the presenters, the Q&A, meeting in the hallways after, because not everybody wants to ask a question in the session to say, hey, what about this? What about that? And, I think bringing together the Business Central, bringing together the Power Apps, bringing together CE CRM really create a great energy.
Yeah, I agree. I like those tracks. I'd love to see it even expand more. Back in the day, we used to have multiple others as well. So that would be a lot of fun. But having multiple tracks, each of the rooms, from what I could tell, I peeked in a couple times into the other rooms during sessions. It was pretty even distribution, which was exciting to see. And then I think you nailed it with the AI. I mean, we're immersed in it day in and day out, and we're trying to be at the bleeding edge of some of this stuff. And I think because we're surrounded with it every day, we lose sight of what the boots on the ground are actually doing and experiencing it. There was a couple times when somebody would poll the audience and say, who's actually used this AI feature, the Copilot feature of this? And there was very few hands go up. And that was shocking to me because in our world, we're like, yeah, everybody's using it, but they're not. They're just getting started and they're not using it because they're trying to figure out where to start and what to do to get started. And that's good perspective for people to have, just to understand how do we best support each other through that process.
So for we still run our monthly virtual groups, and I'll put the URL on the post today for people who want to join our virtual group. So actually, out of Canada, we run one virtual group for CE CRM. We have another one that's more to do with enterprise and the business side that Nancy Calder's running. So I'll put those links in as well. And we're seeing the same thing happen on the BC side right now. They're forming a group, and there was people from the F&O side this week at our conference. We're talking to them about getting F&O together again, or finance and supply chain. So I think, this time next year, or whenever we do our next live event, it's going to be much, much bigger and a lot more energy.
Yeah, I would think so. I hope so. I made some introductions to people who were on the F&O side looking for, maybe who else is thinking about community. So there's the desire, the appetite is there. It's just giving people a common centralized place to do this. And I think Doug and the team at Doug has done a great job giving us that opportunity.
And I know we're just entering into our, planning for 2025, but we will continue on with our virtual events on the months we don't meet live. So we're just trying to figure out what that schedule looks like. So please, for listeners out there today, follow us join our meetup group. That's the best way to do it. And you'll see all the notifications going out.
Yeah, that would be great. We'd love to have people out there, even if it doesn't matter where you are. Just join us and come and share ideas. If you're interested in presenting and you've got ideas and you've got content, things you'd like to hear, or things you'd like to present yourself, we're always open to ideas. Please reach out, join us.
And, we're a couple of Canadians, and this is an international audience. So, if you're in Canada, you want to get involved with community, please reach out to Malcolm or myself. But if you want to start building a community wherever you are in the world, right, there's Doug communities that you can find out more about and either start a community or join an existing community. So we'll put those links again in the show notes.
I love it. It's great to hear.
All right, Malcolm, thanks for joining us today on Partner Talks. And I'm sure we're going to be back to you talking more about community and especially what we've got in store for Canada in 2025.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, and bye for now.